Thank you for visiting my YouTube channel to get your daily Bible verse and Bible chapter. I hope you have a great day and come back each and every day for a new verse and a new chapter. Thank you and God bless. 2 Samuel 6. God's chest brought to Jerusalem. Once again, David assembled the select warriors of Israel, 30,000 strong. David and all the troops who were with him set out for Baalah, which is Kiriath-jearim of Judah, to bring God's chest up from there. The chest that is called by the name of the Lord's heavenly forces, who sits enthroned on the winged creatures. They loaded God's chest into a new cart and carried it from Abinadab house, which was on the hill. Uzzah and Ahio, Ab's sons, were driving the new cart. Uzzah was beside God's chest, while Ahio was walking in front of it. Meanwhile, David and the entire house of Israel celebrated the Lord's presence with all their strength with songs. Zithers, harps, tambourines, rattles, and cymbals. When they approached Nacon's threshing floor, Uzzah reached out to God's chest and grabbed it because the oxen had stumbled. The Lord became angry at Uzzah, and God struck him there because of his mistake, and he died there next to God's chest. Then David got angry because the Lord's anger lashed out against Uzzah. And so the place is called Perez-uzzah today. David was frightened by the Lord that day. How will I ever bring the Lord's chest to me? He asked. So David didn't take the chest away from him to David's city. Instead, he put in the house of Abinadab, who was from Gath. The Lord's chest stayed with Abinadab's household in Gath for 3 months. At the Lord's breath, and the Lord's blessed Abinadab's household and all that he had. 12. King David was told the Lord had blessed Odium's family, and everything he had was because of God's chest being there. So David went and brought God's chest up from Odium's house to David. City with celebration. Whenever those hearings, the chest advanced 6 steps. David sacrificed an oxen and a fatling calf. David dressed in a linen priestly vest, danced with all his strength. Before the Lord. Then this is how David and the entire house of Israel brought up the Lord's chest with shouts and trumpet blast. As the Lord's chest entered David's cities, Saul's daughter, Michal, was watching from the window. She saw King David jumping and dancing before the Lord, and she lost all respect for him. The Lord's chest was brought in and placed inside the tent that David had pitched for it. Then David offered entirely burnt offerings in the Lord's presence, in addition to well-being sacrifices. When David finished offering the entire burnt offerings and the well-being sacrifices, he blessed the people in the name of the Lord of heavenly forces. He distributed food among all the people of Israel, to the whole crowd, male and female. Each receiving a loaf of bread, a date cake, and a raisin cake. Then all the people went back to their homes. David went home to bless his household, but Saul's daughter Michal came out to meet him. How did Israel's king honor himself today? She said, by exposing himself in plain view. Of the female servants with his subjects, like any innocent person would. David replied, Michal, I was celebrating before the Lord, who chose me over your father and his entire family, and who appointed me leader over the Lord's people, over Israel, and I will celebrate before the Lord again. I may humiliate myself even more, and I may be humbled in my own eyes, but I will be honored by the female servants you are talking about. Michal, Saul's daughter, had no children to the day she died. Psalms 145:18. The Lord is near to all who call on him, to all who call on him in truth. Again, Psalms 145:18. The Lord is near to all who call on him, to all who call on him in truth. One of my favorite verses is Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. If you have your own favorite verse, please put that down below and let me know what it is. Again, today's verse of the day is Psalms 145:18. The Lord is near to all who call on him. To all who call on him is truth. Always remember to smile, because you never know what a smile can do for someone's day. Thank you and God bless. Thank you for watching today's video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe so you can remember to watch each and every day's video. Thank you for the ones that have been with me from the beginning. Please help me expand my ministry. Thank you and God bless.